If we can move on with yesterday's lesson or the work that you have done, you might have come across the term included. To explain this, I've put these two pens. If I were to place the ruler in between the two pens, then the pen is included. Now this is how you might have come across this term. You might have come across with triangle ABC. Say you've got this angle B. Angle B will be called an included angle if we are talking about side BC and side AB. Similarly, if we are talking about a side PR is included if it's between the angle P and angle R. Now let's look at the cases of congruency that you might have come across from the previous work. The first one is this case where you might have been given three sides. This side equals that side, and that side equals that side, and that side equals that side. The two triangles were congruent. They were identical. And therefore, we can say the case of congruency is side, side, side. The next case of congruency that you might have come across is you might have seen there were two sides, but then the angle between the two sides, the included angle, and the angle between two sides, the included angle, that made the two triangles congruent. And the case for congruency will be called side, angle, side. The next one, you might have come across two angles corresponding equal from the two triangles, and then you might have seen that there is a side between the two angles, the side between the two angles, and therefore the two triangles will be congruent, and the reason for congruency will be an angle, a side, and an angle, and a side, and an angle. The next one could have been, again, two angles. An angle equals to an angle equals to an angle, and then another side. You might have found that the side is no longer included. Say the side is over there, and the side is over there. Note the correspondence of the sides. We can see that this side here is closer to the blue angle, and also in this case closer to the blue angle. So you can't have the side here over there. It won't make the two triangles congruent. So the position of the sides should be looked at as well. So these two triangles were also congruent, and therefore our reason for congruency will be an angle, and a side. An angle, and a side. Then the next one would have been, if a triangle, you find that there is a 90 degrees in the triangle, as well as the hypotenuse. Again, a 90 degrees and the hypotenuse being mentioned, and then you find that there's an extra side. Say for instance that this side is an extra one equal to that one over there. In this case, we also find that the two triangles are congruent. Therefore, the reason for congruence here, when you've got 90 degrees and the hypotenuse and the side is mentioned. So we'll say it's the right angles, R for right angle, H for hypotenuse, and the side. So we'll say RHS. So let's see how we use these cases for congruency in solving some problems. We may be required to state the case of congruency. The 5 cases we've mentioned is side, side, side if 3 sides are mentioned, side, angle, side if there is an included angle, angle, side, angle if the side is in between the 2 angles, angle, angle, side if 2 angles are mentioned and the side, and RHS if it's 90 degrees, hypotenuse, and the side. So again, so we've got to state the case of congruency between these 2 triangles. So here I have got the 2 centimeter, which is a side, a 2 centimeter, which is another side, a 3 centimeter, 3 centimeter, those are sides. And that side there is equal to that side. So the only things that are mentioned here are sides. So the case for congruency is side, side, side. Sometimes the problems are not as easy as they may look. Sometimes you've got to use your previous mathematics or geometry or previous knowledge and common sense. If we look at the 2 triangles here, this side is equal to that side. That side is also equal to that side. So we're missing the third thing, but it is there. But if we use the previous knowledge, we can see that that line and that line, they meet at angle C, making those 2 angles equal. Those are vertical opposite angles. We know that those 2 angles are equal. Therefore, so now we've got this side equals to that side equals to that side, and the angle between the 2 sides that we mentioned, so that the 2 triangles are now congruent. So the reason for congruency will be a side, an included angle, and a side. Side, angle, side. Let's look at another one. This one. Similarly, they look joined like this. Looking at these 2 triangles. This triangle has got 70 degrees and this one has got 70 degrees. And that angle there over there for this triangle is same as the angle on that side there for the triangle over there. Now we are missing the third thing. But surely we can see that both triangles have this line over here, which is common between them. So that's the third thing. There is an angle equals an angle. There is an angle equals an angle. There is another third side. The third side is between the 2 angles, and therefore the reason or the case for congruency here will be an angle, an included side, and an angle. So if you can try and do your classwork from your textbook, page 156, exercise 3, A to F. I'll be on standby for you to do this work if you need some help.